what we're doing is called Wix.com, and this is to put your portfolio online. If we do one together, you can pick any one you want and then edit it. So I want you to go get this one. This is the one that I want to edit. This one. It's under personal, at one of the templates under personal, the very bottom. So what I'm going to do is just take you into the editor, and so much of it you're going to figure out by yourself, but I didn't want you to have to do it blindly. So everyone click on Edit This Site. Open it and then click Edit Site. Yes? Is everyone there? So up here, anytime you click Preview, you'll be able to see what it looks like on the browser. Anytime you click Save, it's saving all of the changes that you make. You're changing font, color, adding buttons, pages, adding media, all of that.
Saving to our account?
Saving to your account. Okay. There's no way to save on any kind of hard drive. It's just saving to your account. So you just log in at home. And that's what I love about Wix.com. You don't have to have any of the Adobe products. You just use this editor. What I don't want you to do, everyone, is when you're here, don't publish until you're done. Before the end of the semester, when you show your portfolio, you'll click Publish and you'll upload your URL, because it'll give you a URL. That's how I grade it. So at the very end, you'll publish. An upgrade means that you'll get your own domain name instead of actually having it run through Wix. Wix advertises. You get all these advertisements when you're using it for free. That's how they make their money. Okay? So we're going to just start editing pages. If you'll click right here on Pages, this is you determining what pages you want. I like this one because it's simple. Right now it says Home, Resume, and under my resume are projects. Okay? I actually am going to double click on Resume. Actually, you just click on this wheel. It's not a double click on that one. Where it says the word resume, will you change it to bio in all caps? That's the name that will appear as a button. Down here where it says page address, just type bio again. You just named your page bio.html is really what you did. Then just click down here on projects. On this project one, you can slide this over so it's its very own button instead of being a drop-down menu. And where it says projects, change this to work. Change the page address to work. You just saved your page as work.html. Now after work, I really want a media page, but I don't have a media page. So what you do is you add a page. And when you get here, there's already predetermined layouts. If you'll scroll down and go to Video Reel, it's perfect for media. If you click on Video Reel, it'll show you a layout. What this is blanks for 6 videos that you can show. So if you'll click that, and down here, what do you want to name your page? We refer to that as media. Okay? Then click OK. It also will now be added to the bottom, but it looks better if it either comes after your bio and before your work. You'll get a 4-headed arrow, and this allows you to move these any way that you want. Those of you who are photographers, please add a page photography. Those of you who are artists, add a page artistry. If you have any other types of digital media products besides the ones we've created in our class, then you can upload them to any of your pages. You're not just limited to what we did in our class. You can put on your pages anything that you want that makes sense, that works. We refer to work in digital media. That's what we refer to as still images, illustration, all of that. That's what you're going to put there. When you're on the work page and you look at this layout, if you don't like this layout, you can change the page style. So I'm on my work page and I'm going to click Change Page Style. When I get here, if I go in here and I choose gallery. I kind of like this better. I like this either a grid because it shows 9 images, or the large grid if you have more. If you're a photographer, that's an awesome one. Or have lots of art drawings, that's a great one. Versus a slideshow or a portfolio, because right now it's on the portfolio one. And then just type this in. Let's just type this work. And then slide the work one up. Anyway, do you kind of get the idea of what you can do? So you can add pages, delete pages, change the formatting, move them around. That is just setting up your pages. Some of you may like this. Some of my students, some of my favorite ones, they did Photoshop, Illustrator, media, photography. Some of you have both photography and drawings. They have that going all across the page. Whatever you named your page, the way this is set up is to actually show them going across the top. Okay, that's everything that you do with pages. You can also have transitions. You've kind of learned about that. If you want to transition from page to page to page, you can add these page transitions with a crossfade, swipe horizontally, so have fun with that too. Let's go to the next button. This one is design. When you go to design, on this button, you can change your background colors. So let me just show you. I suggest you don't do something like this or this. So be careful. Some of you, this is digital media, and just be careful with some of the designs that you choose. But I kind of think this is kind of neat if you have that kind of personality. I do like it a little bit better than just the white. But then when I get to some of this, I just steer away from it. It just doesn't get better. You can discard your changes. You can add a background, a little bit more background to what's already there in your design. Not only can you do that, but you can also upload and customize your own background. So those of you who have photography, some of my students, some of their pages had photography as their background, their own images. Okay, I'm going to go back to design here. Yes?
Real quick, when we're on pages, do we need to select the page that we want to edit on backgrounds, like the design?
Yes, you'll be on that specific page.
So it doesn't change them for all of us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. And then on design, you also have the palettes. You can create your own custom palette. So you can go to Kuler, Adobe Kuler, K-U-L-E-R, and they have a whole selection of 5 of the favorite colors to use. But look what happens as I choose these. I'm on the home page, and that's why it's editing it. But it will create a whole color scheme, and these are really, really good, I think. I think they're really good as designers. And then you can make your own palette and change it to whatever you want as well. And see, you just keep scrolling, and you can get more and more and more.
So do your own color scheme?
Up at the top, customize your palette.
Okay.
You can go in there and choose all of your own colors that you want. You can also do this, everyone. You can change your fonts. And I would go into design and background and get that all figured out before I'd start editing my text. Here, if I choose this Little Prince, this very first font, see, it makes all of the changes to my headings 1, heading 2, my body text, my buttons, so I see what I'm up against. Pick all of these first before you go and edit, so you kind of have this look and feel of a template. Please design this to match you. Do not think about who's going to look at it. Think about what you are, what you represent, colors you love, because this really is all about you, okay? After you choose your font, then you're into just editing the text. You've decided your pages, you've decided your design, you've arranged it the way that you want. Now you just start editing, okay? Here's how you'd edit. So you're going to double click on these, and I'm just on the page. I haven't clicked any of these buttons over here, and I just changed Nicola Ryder to my name. Those of you who know specifically what your career is going to be, you know you're going to be an audio engineer. You know you're going to be a videographer, a photographer. If you're unsure, just put digital media. If you're a photographer, you could do /photographer. Something like that. Photographer. But for now, you could just do digital media, okay? And you're not just limited to these colors. I can actually go down here and alter the pixels. I can make it bold. I can change the font. I can do all of that in here. I can outline the font. There's a way to outline it. These are special effects. I can do highlights. You can choose any of those colors in there. So you can have lots of fun in just designing this in Wix.com without having to hand code it. Then you just click here. When you're on your buttons, it selects all of them at the same time. It's known as a nav bar, and what you're doing is you're just changing the style of the nav bar. Do you want it to look like buttons? So all I did was click on button. If I don't like that style, I can edit the style. Would I like it like this? Do I like it like this? Do I want to change the background? So you really are picking the design very quickly of what you want to do. Do I want the text to be black or the background to be yellow? You just switch it all around when you're inside of there. Okay? Or you can just cancel and just leave it the way that it is. But you can design that any way that you want. I'm not a big fan of this hello, a bit about me. I think it's weird. So just delete it. I think you could put something else there. I don't know. I just think I'd rather see 5 buttons here. You know what I mean? Or something. I think that's just weird. You can do the same thing here where it says my resume. You have to go in here and change this button text. So instead of it being resume, it's going to be bio. And then it links to page bio. You can say how far in from the margin, it's text align. If you want it to be animated, be careful with animation. You can add animation. And then you just go to the next one. This is work, right? So you want to double click here, and it says my work, which is fine. And if you don't want my work, you could just say work. And then maybe here for skills, instead of saying skills, I'd just do media. And then make sure that you match it to the media page. You get down a drop-down menu because it knows what your pages are. Right here, double click on that picture. If you double click on that picture, you want a picture of you. How did I get this picture of me? I actually uploaded it. This is in every one of the images or that you're going to load. They're all going to be inside of here. It is Wix way of saying all of your photos have to be in the same location. What will go here? All of your still images, right? All of your Illustrator PDFs, all of your JPEGs, and you'll upload them in here. And that's how you'll find them. You just choose it or double click, and now the image changes to what you want it to be. Okay? And then be careful down here. I think you just take for granted that it's all perfect. It is not. 2023 is the copyright, or 2014. So make sure you go down here and edit this. If you have a Facebook and a Twitter page, you want people to follow you. If not, then get rid of it. This contact info, this is where you'd put your email. And some of you are very generous in giving out your address. I'd be very careful about that. Just play it safe. There's a lot of strange people out there. So just make sure, because it always says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just put in a number here so that you can be contacted if they see you. I definitely wouldn't give a home number. I would never give my home address. I would use a P.O. box. Just be very, very safe out there, especially if they see pictures of who you are. And I'm a big fan of pictures. I think you should do fun pictures, not straight, perfect pictures. I love fun, silly pictures. The selfies that you do that's kind of half of a face, I'm all for that. In digital media, we could care less what you look like. I could care less. Just do the work. Show me that you have the talent. Down here is where you put a paragraph. What do you think would be good to put here? I would do the summary of digital media skills. I would write a very carefully written summary of my skills. We kind of did that a little bit on your work experience page at the very, very top. If I only hit your first page, what do you want me to know? I don't care where you're from. I care what you do. unless you're bilingual and that's important, or you're from a different country and that tells us you know a different language. Just be very, if I only hit your homepage and I'm going to learn about you, what do you want me to know about digital media? Okay? And then you just start working onto all of your pages. You switch this page from home, now go to your bio page and you start editing it. Okay? And then you switch from your bio page to your media page, you start loading it. Here's the neat thing when you're on the media page. Watch this. This is your image of your URL. Here's where I go to YouTube, so it's asking me for the URL. And then you can just say show, and you can tell it what you want to show, if you want to show the title bar or anything that goes with it. And you won't have this picture, right? You'll actually do a screen capture and grab the picture of your favorite part of your video and upload it so you have an image sitting on top. That's how you do that. It's a screen capture that will load right there. Maybe you can have a subtitle or something, but it's really just media. And then the rest is up to you. I do want you to have a contact page, so if people come to your page and they want to get work for you, they can actually submit something. So they'll type in contact you, and then they can send it to you. And this actually works. It'll come to you once you publish. Those of you who have work to sell right now, there's actually a really great shopping cart right here. If you go to the ad, here's the online store. It's pretty good. I mean, it's simplistic. It's not Amazon by any means, but it is a pretty good little online store. So you could start selling. If you have photography that you want to sell, you could actually set up your store. Do it all by yourself.
Does that come with the upgrade, or does that?
You have to upgrade. And at least you know down the road, when I start to have products to sell and I never do website again and I don't want to pay people, I actually have a way of being able to do it. Does that help you? I just wanted to help you as you start to put your final portfolio together. I don't want you to look at me and go, she made me do what and didn't even show a demo. I don't want any of them to look the same, and I want it to totally be you. However you would put yourself inside of this, what would it look like?